Hey guys, welcome back. It is Tooties. Today I'm making some sourdough discard sandwich bread. I've never made this type of bread before. This is my first time, so I thought I'd bring you along with me. I have my mixer out here. I am doubling the recipe today, so I'm going to be putting double the ingredients. So I started out with some honey to bloom my yeast. So I'm putting my yeast in my bowl with some warm water. And I'm just going to get that mixed up and let it sit for a minute so it can bloom. Instead of oil in this recipe, it calls for butter. Usually I use oil because I feel like it's just more cost effective, but I really did want to follow this recipe to a T. Also, I needed some sourdough discard, so I had a big jar of it in my refrigerator and I've been wanting to use up. That's why I went ahead and decided to test out this recipe. I've been seeing this recipe for a while and I'm like, I really want to give it a try. So I decided to try it out and double the recipe because, you know, 2 loaves of bread, I'm a family of 5, so 2 loaves of bread is pretty standard around here. So I am doing, I think, about 8 cups of flour in this mixer. And honestly, this mixer probably could have handled another 8 cups. I could have quadrupled this recipe. So, this mixer is awesome. So I got this dough mixing up. I'm just letting it knead. I think I did forget some salt, so I went ahead and added that in, but I let it knead for about 7 minutes or so in the mixer, and it really just got all the stuff off the sides. It was hardly any cleanup. So I'm just going to take it out and do your normal, let it rise in a bowl for an hour. I oiled the bowl with a little olive oil, and I'm just putting my dough in there. Once it doubles in size, which is so much faster on here, it's about an hour. I'm just going to take this out of the bowl and divide it up into my 2 loaf pans. I really like this recipe. As you will see, I'm not sure if you've ever seen Farmhouse Boone's recipe, but this bread turned out humongous. I was like, whoa, I loved it. It made me feel like dinosaur bread. Honestly, I was like telling my kids, hey, let's have some dinosaur toast. It was so big. Loved it. The bread held its shape. Usually when it's that big, it falls over after a while, but it just held its shape the whole time. The one problem is it does not fit in your toaster. So if you're trying to make toast bread for your toaster, it's not going to happen. That's for sure. It was the biggest like mushroom type bread. So 1 loaf we did just use we made giant sandwiches and everything. It was so soft and good. The second loaf, I literally just sliced the whole loaf and turned it into French toast. So we had a breakfast. We had so much French toast and they were giant. And my kids absolutely loved them. So I definitely will do this recipe again when I have some extra sourdough discard lying around. I'm just shaping these, as you can see, getting in my loaf pans. I think my loaf pans were a little small. These are just like the regular basic loaf pans from Walmart. I'm not sure if they're like a full, I don't know exactly how big they are, but yeah, my dough completely reached the top of the loaf pan, so I knew it was definitely going to rise high. And this is what they look like after. As you can see, it is like mile-high bread. It exploded out of the side. It was crazy. The oven spring was wild, but I absolutely love it. Give this a try. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.